tapestry of shadows and light. Eli and Reuben had met by chance on the road from Capernaum, both drawn to the hillside where Jesus of Nazareth had preached that day. The crowd had been massive, thousands pressing close to hear the teacher's words, words that cut through the heart like a double-edged sword. Now, as the stars wheeled overhead, the two men had veered off the main path to camp in a secluded valley, away from prying Roman eyes and the chatter of pilgrims. Eli, a merchant from Jerusalem in his mid-40s, with a beard streaked gray and eyes shadowed by years of hard bargaining, gathered dry branches for the fire. His hands trembled slightly, not from cold, but from the weight of unspoken fears. Reuben, a younger shepherd from the northern hills, perhaps 30, with a sturdy build and a calm demeanor honed by nights under open skies, struck flint to spark the flames. The fire crackled to life, its warm orange light dancing against the moon's cool pallor. They shared a simple meal, flatbread, dried figs, and a skin of watered wine, passed between them in companionable silence at first. Eli broke the quiet, poking at the fire with a stick. That teacher today, Jesus, his words linger like smoke. He said, "Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me." But how? My heart is troubled, Reuben. Deeply so. Reuben nodded, tearing a piece of bread and handing it to Eli. I felt it too. We both heard him. Tell me, friend, what troubles you? The road brings strangers together, but the teacher's words bind us like brothers. Eli sighed, staring into the flames. The full moon reflected in his eyes, making them glint like distant stars. The Romans, their grip tightens every day. Taxes rise like floodwaters. I've seen merchants ruined, families scattered. Herod's puppets in the temple, soldiers marching through our streets as if Judea is their playground. I came north to trade spices, but whispers say Caesar plans even harsher decrees. Oppression grows, our people groan under it. How can I not fret? Jesus spoke of a kingdom, but where is it? My heart races at night, fearing for my wife and children back in Jerusalem. The cares of this world, they choke me like thorns in a vineyard, stealing any seed of hope planted today. Reuben leaned back against a rock, the fire's warmth chasing away the night's chill. He gazed at the moon, full and unyielding, illuminating the valley without effort. Eli, I know that fear. As a shepherd, I've lost lambs to wolves, seen droughts wither pastures. But Jesus warned of those very cares. The seed that fell among thorns stands for those who hear, but as they go on their way, they are choked by life's worries, riches, and pleasures, and they do not mature. He sees our hearts, doesn't he? Yet he calls us to peace. Eli rubbed his temples. Peace? How? I want to believe Reuben. His words stirred something in me, a longing for that untroubled heart. But the empire, it's a storm brewing. Soldiers could raid my home tomorrow. How do I stop the worry from stealing the word from my heart? Reuben smiled gently, his voice steady like the rhythm of grazing sheep. Remember what else he said? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? See that moon up there, Eli? It doesn't fret about rising or setting. It simply shines, reflecting the sun's light even in darkness. God placed it there, and it obeys without question. If he cares for sparrows, tiny things that flit and fall without notice, how much more for you, a man made in his image? Eli pondered, the fire popping softly. Sparrows, yes, he said, not one falls to the ground outside the Father's care. Even the hairs on our heads are numbered. But sparrows don't face legions. They don't pay tribute to Caesar. True, Reuben conceded, but consider the lilies of the field. He mentioned them too. They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? Look around us, Eli. These hills are dotted with wildflowers in spring, beautiful, fleeting. God arrays them in colors kings envy, yet they neither toil nor worry. If he tends to grass that withers, won't he provide for you amid Rome's shadow? Worry is like chasing wind. It exhausts but changes nothing. Eli stared at the full moon, its light bathing the valley in serenity. It's hard, Reuben. The oppression feels like chains. I fear for Israel's future, exalted. By whom? Rome crushes us. Reuben's eyes sparkled with quiet conviction. He reached into his pouch, pulling out a small scroll, a fragment of the Psalms he carried for lonely nights. Listen to this, friend. It's from the songs of our fathers. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. See, God doesn't whisper. He declares, be still, not frantic, not striving in fear. Know that he is God, the one who parted seas, toppled Pharaoh's chariots. Rome, mighty as it seems, it's but a nation. God will be exalted over all. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging, there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God. Eli leaned forward, the fire's warmth mirroring the growing light in his heart. Be still. It's like Jesus' call to untroubled hearts. But how do I do it when fear shouts louder? By remembering who God is, Reuben replied. Think of the sea Jesus spoke near today. Storms rage on Galilee. Winds howl. Waves crash like Roman legions. But God calms them. He got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. They say of him, if Jesus commands storms, can he not quiet the tempests in your soul? And the cares, he said, do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? Eternal perspective, Eli. Rome's empire fades. God's kingdom endures. Eli nodded slowly, the moon's glow softening his features. A place prepared, more valuable than sparrows, clothed better than lilies. It's comforting, but fear creeps back like shadows. Reuben gestured to the fire. See this flame? It pushes back darkness, but only if fed. Faith is like that. Feed it with truth. Jesus said, peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. The world's peace is fragile, a treaty with Rome that breaks at whim. God's peace is deep, like roots in good soil. Remember the parable of the sower? The word falls on paths, rocks, thorns. Don't let thorns, those cares, choke it. Pull them out with prayer. The conversation flowed like the stream they had passed earlier, meandering but purposeful. Eli shared more. His wife's illness last year, healed by a passing healer. His son's apprenticeship in Jerusalem, vulnerable to unrest. Reuben listened, then drew analogies from nature. Look at that oak over there, silhouetted against the moon. It stands through storms because its roots go deep. Be like that, rooted in God's promises. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Straight paths, even through Roman roads. Eli chuckled softly, the sound surprising him. You're a shepherd of words, Reuben. Jesus also said, Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I'm weary of worry. Yes, rest like sheep in pasture. My flock doesn't pace at night fearing tomorrow's wolves. They lie down because I'm watching. God watches over you. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Shadows, like these moonlit ones, are safe under him. As the fire dwindled to embers, Eli felt a profound stillness settle. The full moon watched like a silent witness. Be still and know. I think I see it now. God on the throne, exalted over nations, even Rome. Sparrows fed, lilies clothed, hearts untroubled. I'll try to let go of the cares. Reuben clasped his shoulder. Not try, trust. Knock, and the door opens. Ask for peace. He'll give it, not as the world, but his own. They slept under the moon's gaze, Eli's heart lighter. In the morning, as they parted ways, Eli turned back. Thank you, brother. The word took root tonight. No thorns. Reuben smiled. Go in peace. Be still, he is God. Word